All right, let's go. It's bicep day, and I finally got my stand, which is, you won't believe what kind of relief it is and how much nicer it is to film on a stand like this instead of what I had, which was a chair and then my little stand and then my phone. It was always falling off. Camera wasn't straight, a pain in the ass. But now that I've got my new stand, it's tall. It can go, I think, a little taller than me in height, and yeah, it's really pleasant to film on it, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, quick warm-up, and I wanted to talk about crypto today. I don't know why crypto, but I've had some experience. I have invested a lot of money in crypto and lost 99% of it. And yeah, just wanted to share my thoughts on that, what I think about it, and just talk about that a little bit as I do my bicep exercises. Whew. So I don't necessarily think that crypto is all evil and it's the devil personified and no one should ever invest in it because I had a bad experience or because a few people had a bad experience. I don't think so. But what I do know now from experience, I don't know. You guys want me to tell you how much money I lost in crypto? Maybe I will at the end of this video. But from my experience, I don't think you should invest in crypto because of the reasons that I invested in crypto. And those were to get rich quick, and to get rich quick. So my idea was, it's something that grows exponentially and you can make quick, good money off it. And you'll be able to, work a few years, invest all your money into crypto, come out a millionaire or hopefully a multi-millionaire, and then your life will be set and you'll be, able to just travel the world, fly private, or at least first class and business class, and your life will be just absolutely amazing. You won't have to worry about money ever again in your life. That's why I invested in crypto. I mean, of course, it's a little bit, how to say, exaggerated, but I did want to get rich and I did want it to happen fast. So not understanding the platform, not understanding how the system works, not understanding what's happening, just took my money, gave it to a person, traded some myself, and ultimately what was supposed to happen happened. All of it went straight to hell when crypto crashed, and yeah, lost all my money. So that's the summary of what exactly happened. Now, how it happened and how it was happening, what are my thoughts about it, is what I wanted to talk about a little more. So what actually happened was that I heard about crypto in 2020 maybe, and I just graduated from school, and oh yeah, I heard about it, and I was talking to a friend who was doing day trading, and yeah, he was telling me that he was making good money off it, and I got some money from my parents to start my life, to start a business, to start something, and I didn't know where to put it because I didn't want to be investing a lot of capital in a business, so I would be stuck to it because I didn't know where I was going to live and what I was going to do. So basically I was speaking to him and he was saying that he's making good money off it, so I was like, oh, why not I invest with you and you give me a percentage, really simple. No need to have 1,000 IQ to figure that out, that, if someone's making money and he needs more capital, he can just give you a percentage. So I encouraged him and gave him a bit of money, maybe 1/10 at the time, or maybe one probably sixth actually of the money that I received to start my life. I was living with my parents, I was working, I was making a couple $100 a month, and I was happy. I didn't know what to do with it other than invest it, and I was looking for opportunities, and I found it. And so I started researching it myself. I gave him some money, and everything was going well. The investments were happening. He was giving me the percentage every month, and on the Excel sheet. And I wasn't interested in taking anything out because I didn't need it. I wanted to exponentially grow it to hit a certain amount, like $100,000 or like $200,000, so I can pull it out, put maybe investment in something else, in some real estate, and then live off that happily. So that was kind of my idea. So I did that small investment with him, and everything was going on well. I started researching crypto myself, started investing a little bit myself. I lost some money, made a little bit of gain, but mostly lost. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna play around with it more myself. Let the professionals do the job. That was my idea. I was like, I'll try to make more money and try invest, as much as I can in with crypto and see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. And so slowly, over a period of, I think, 6 months, 8 months, I invested all of my money, everything that I've had, and I was working. I was still saving a bit, but 90% of my net worth at that time, which was basically nothing, but except for the fact that I got money from my parents, was all in crypto. Whew. So yeah, a year went by, basically, and everything was going perfect. I invested not just the money that I received, but more. I was investing, maybe 80% of what I was earning, additional to the fact that I invested, most of that money over that period of 9 months, and then I kept investing, I kept earning, and I would keep a little bit as a backup, emergency fund, if something went wrong, and the rest just kept going in. And yeah, by the end of the year, I have practically on paper, on the Excel sheet that we're getting as investors, I also gotten some of my friends involved and other people that I knew. And at the end of that year, I've practically doubled. I think I've more than doubled. In that year, maybe year, 2 months, 14, 15 months, I more than doubled the initial amount that I invested over the 8 months. I've had more than double on paper at that point, and I was so excited. I was like, all right, well, I'll push it a little bit more, and then I'll pull it all out when I feel like, it's gonna crash and everything is gonna go wrong. Before that, I'll be able to pull it out. That was my idea. From the get-go, I was like, this is not forever. This is just a quick, get-rich-quick scheme, and just have to make sure that I'm not trapped in it for the long run. Otherwise, I'll lose everything. And I thought I had everything under control, and that was my greatest mistake and belief. But, everybody's got to learn their lessons and move on in life. So, yeah, everything was going perfect. I started earning a lot more. I was, earning more than a couple $100. It was close to 1,000. And I kept investing. I bought some coins myself, and, again, for this 1.5 years, I didn't invest in real estate, I didn't invest in land, I didn't invest in mutual funds, stocks, nothing. Just all 100% in crypto. Because I was like, this is working, I'm just gonna push this as far as I can. And yeah, it seemed to be working really great till it slowly started going down. Or should I say, the payments. So every month we would get a certain Excel sheet sent to us, everybody who invested, and you know, there would say, okay, this is the percentage you made, and etc., blah blah blah. So the first, I'm not sure if it was 1.5 years, maybe even more, 1 year and 6 months, 1 year and 8 months, something like that. So every month something would come, and then they stopped coming, and crypto started going a little down. So everybody started getting a little worried. So yeah, that kind of started happening. So I called the person that I invested with, who's a friend of mine, and I was like, so what's going on? What's happening? He was like, don't worry, just this month there wasn't much gains. I went into a bit of a loss. It should bounce back up. So I was like, sure, no worries. 1 month never hurt anyone. Don't make profit for 1 month, you know, after more than doubling, you're like, sure. You're so confident in what you're doing that you don't question it. So that happened for a few months, and then I was like, all right, well, this isn't good. So I was like, can I pull out? He's like, well, you can pull out, but it's gonna cost X, Y, Z. I don't remember, but I was like, all right, well, whatever. Maybe I'll wait for a bit longer. So I waited. There were more losses. Crypto kept going down, 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 down. And within 6 months, it hit the bottom. And that person was just who we're investing with. He was like, look, so everybody's like, okay, so what's happening? Can we get our money back? Can we get the initial investment back, you know, the capital, without all the gains? And, you know, everybody started kind of panicking and thinking, what's going on? Where's the money? Did he steal it? Did you know, I started blaming him, I started blaming myself. I was like, oh, I was just so greedy. I couldn't, you know, stop. Even though my dad told me not to invest, he was like, you understand this, you know this, it's gambling, don't do it, there's no basis to it. And I was like, I know what I'm doing. So I kept going. And so I was like, all right, well, I couldn't pull out my money, couldn't pull out the capital. And then waited, it got worse. And, you know, this whole thing was going on for about a year. And, you know, had some issues in our friendship, of course, as you can imagine. And there were other schemes that this person proposed. He was like, all right, I'll trade some money. And then, you know, I invested a bit into that and lost money there. And after a year of all of that, I was just like, all right, I gotta stop. This isn't working. I can't pull out. Just leave it there. Let's try find something else. And I was looking for some other opportunities, which later on, luckily, I found. And this whole time I was working, single, living with my parents, spending, you know, maybe 1/10 at worst of the salary that I was making, because I was living really cheap, saving every penny. So, yeah, started investing in other things. And crypto kind of like slowly turned into a dream. So for a while I wasn't talking to this friend of mine that I invested with, and then, you know, when I felt bad, I would remember how much money I put and invested, which was, you know, 1.5 years or more worth of my time, and plus my parents' money that they gave me. Oh. And I would feel bad, so I would call him up. And I'd be like, what's going on? And, you know, he would tell me the same thing. Nothing changed, you know. A lot of money has been lost. A lot of money has been invested in the wrong ways, wrong places, and, you know, shit happened. And so, yeah, and I would get pissed. I would, you know, think of plans of how to get my money back off him, etc. But then at some point, I think after a long time, I finally, after I think 2 years now, it's been more than 2.5 years now. After 2 years, I was like, all right, Tamal, just let go. You've made a mistake. You're really greedy. And, you know, just let go. You've lost money. You've learned your lesson. So it took me a long time. 2 years is a long time, and it took me 2 years to fully get over the fact that, okay, I'm never going to see that money again. I need to learn that lesson. And again, you can hear this story and be like, oh, you're stupid, you invested with a friend, you didn't study it yourself. And yes, in one sense, that was stupid. So I spoke to my friend who I invested with later on, and he was like, well, you and everybody else who invested, you knew that I wasn't educated. I was saying that I took a few courses, which I did, and, it's true, but just a newbie like all of you, and I thought, we could make this a cool thing, but it crashed and everything else crashed, and so I was like, yeah. But then I started understanding it a little bit more, and I understood that it was, this investment was 100% greed, and that's the worst kind of investment, where you think that in 1, 2, 3 years, you're impatient, you're greedy, you're young, stupid, and you think you can just throw your money in and miracles are gonna happen. And that's a lesson that I had to learn. And now my opinion on crypto is that, first of all, it's quite difficult to actually understand what's happening in the blockchain, what's happening. And I've researched it over the years now as I've gone more and more. And I believe digital currency is the future, whether it's crypto or call it something else, or digital dollar or ruble or rupee or yen or whatnot. That is the future. And maybe Bitcoin is the gold of the digital currency. Maybe. I'm not sure about that. I do want to invest some time later in some Bitcoin because, just for the heck of it. But right now I am a little bit scarred and traumatized from investing in crypto. But I went into this. This could have been a pyramid scheme. It could have been buying some real estate for cheap or buying a stock somewhere. The whole point of my investment and the whole point of this whole story is to say that understand what you're doing and don't be super greedy. Something that sounds too good to be true is 100% of the time too good to be true. And I won't be afraid to say 100% of the time because it's just how it is. That's how, there's nothing free. You have to pay the price. You want to be rich, like average millionaires, 30 something, 35. You need to take that 10-year gap where you save, invest, and slowly grow your wealth. Becoming rich overnight is a dream which comes true to very, 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 very few who are more of an exception than, the rule or what usually happens to everybody. So that's kind of the lesson that I had to learn the hard way, investing a lot of money. Oh. So I promised I would say how much money I have invested in crypto and lost. Well, maybe not fully lost, but lost to this day. It's 1.5 million rupees, which is somewhere around, I think, 16 or 17,000 US dollars, which roughly 50% I earned and 50% you can say, inherited or got from my family, my parents, and whatnot. So yeah, in the future I'm thinking to maybe buy a little bit of Bitcoin when I accumulate some money, but I won't do it the same way I did crypto before, and I don't recommend you do the same thing as I did. Invest everything you earn and everything you have into crypto, thinking that you're going to become rich overnight or over a period of a year or something. It does happen to a few people who posted on the social media, YouTube, internet, and Instagram and whatnot, but most people end up like me or worse, investing more money and losing even more. So I highly recommend you don't do it. And yeah, that's all. That's just my thoughts on it now. Not that it's bad, not that it's good. I think the mentality is wrong and the idea of it is wrong. My idea of it was wrong. But if you're doing it with the right mentality and you're investing, a very small portion of what you have, then it might be good. And, hope for the best and hope you don't have to go through the same experience that I did, learning it the hard way. So, hope I helped you. Peace out. Have a wonderful day.